Hello and welcome to the very first full episode of my podcast. I'm Alden Carrow, poet and author of North Yorkshire In Verse, Moor in Poetry. This show is about slowing down, listening closely, and discovering the poetry that lives in both the extraordinary and the everyday. Each episode, I'll begin with a guest poem, something from the wider world of poetry that has inspired me or continues to resonate. Then I'll invite you, the listeners, to suggest future guest poems. After that, I'll share one of my own pieces. Then I will discuss a different topic every week, whether that's reflections on writing, publishing, marketing, AI, or creativity and the poetic life. For today's guest poem, I've chosen W.B. Yeats' The Lake Isle of Innisfree. I will arise and go now, and go to Innisfree, and a small cabin build there of clay and wattles made. 9 beam rows will I have there, a hive for the honey bee, and live alone in the bee-loud glade. And I shall have some peace there, for peace comes dropping slow, dropping from the vales of the morning to where the cricket sings. There midnight's all a glimmer, and noon a purple glow, and evening full of the linnet's wings. I will arise and go now, for always night and day I hear lake water lapping with low sounds by the shore. While I stand on the roadway or on the pavements grey, I hear it in the deep heart's core. What I love about this poem is how Yeats captures longing for stillness and simplicity. He imagines a retreat to Innisfree, where he can build a small cabin, live close to nature, and find peace in the rhythms of the natural world. Even when he's far from that place, standing on a busy street, he hears the lake water lapping in his heart. That sense of yearning for a slower, more mindful life is something I think many of us feel today. Before I share one of my poems, I'd love to hear from you. If there's a poem you'd like me to feature as a guest poem in a future episode, please email me at aldencarrow78@gmail.com. That's aldencarrow78@gmail.com. It could be a classic, something contemporary, or even a personal favourite that means a lot to you. This way, the podcast becomes a shared journey. And now I'd like to take you on a journey through North Yorkshire, through the lens of my own collection, North Yorkshire In Verse, Moor in Poetry. This book is more than a set of poems. For me, it's an invitation to slow down, to notice, and to connect with the landscapes and communities that shape our lives. When I think of North Yorkshire, I think of contrasts: the rolling heather of the moors, the rugged cliffs of the coast, the quiet villages where history lingers in every stone. In my poems, I tried to capture these places not as a distant scenery, but as living landscapes, full of memory, story and spirit. Observation is at the heart of my writing. In a world that moves too quickly, I want to pause and notice the small things. Sunlight through branches, birdsong at dawn, the way golden light turns a field of wildflowers into a sea of colour. These fleeting moments remind me that joy often hides in the ordinary. History too is woven into my verses. North Yorkshire is rich with it. Ruined castles, medieval churches, cobbled streets that have carried centuries of footsteps. By linking past and present, I hope to show how history shapes our sense of belonging. But it's not only the grand landscapes or the weight of history that matter. Often it's the everyday moments that resonate most. A stroll through a village, the laughter of children, the glow of lamplight on stone. These are the details that remind us life is built from countless small experiences, each worthy of reflection. Nature also plays a vital role in my work, not just as backdrop, but as an active presence. The changing seasons, the weather, the ties between people and place. Writing about nature is also, for me, a way of honouring its beauty and fragility, and of reminding us of our responsibility to care for it. My poetry celebrates the lives of ordinary people, Their stories, their struggles, their triumphs, because place is never just about landscape, it's about the people who live within it. Ultimately, North Yorkshire In Verse, Moor to Shore in poetry, is my tribute to a county I love. It's an attempt to capture its spirit and to invite readers, and now listeners, to find poetry in their own lives. Amidst the rush of modern living, I hope my work offers a space for stillness, reflection and connection. So as you listen, I invite you to pause, to breathe, to notice the beauty in your own surroundings, however ordinary they may seem, because poetry isn't only on the page, it's in the landscapes we travel, the communities we share, and the fleeting moments that give life its meaning. The poem I'm going to read to you this week is North Yorkshire Awaits. Come wander where the dales unfold. Come wander where the dales unfold, through heathered paths and sheepfolds bold. The air is pure, the skies stretch wide, in moors that hold both peace and pride. From Whitby's cliffs to Yorkstone gate, each town a tale, each street innate. Tea rooms hum, the abbey's gleam, and markets bustle like a dream. Castles rise in timeless stance, with ruins steeped in bold romance. You'll trace the past in every wall, and feel its echo in the hall. Artisans shape both cloth and clay, local fare crowns every tray. Where ale is poured and hearts are light, you'll find your second home by night. So pack your boots, your lens, your lore, there's wonder here and so much more. North Yorkshire calls with open skies, a haven proud where beauty lies. From the very first line, come wander where the dales unfold, I sought to paint this sweeping picture of heathered paths, sheepfolds and moors that stretch under endless skies. Basically, I want you, the reader, to be able to smell the fresh air, feel the crunch of boots on ancient trails. From Whitby's cliffs to Yorkstone gates to the gleam of abbeys, every stanza was written to pull you deeper into this living postcard of North Yorkshire. With the rhythm of North Yorkshire Awaits, I wanted this poem to flow like a gentle Yorkshire stream, lyrical without being forced, with internal rhymes that sneak up and delight you. Tea rooms hum, the abbey's gleam, into markets bustle like a dream, but what I really wanted to convey is the heart of it. Lines like, you'll trace the past in every wall and feel its echo in the hall. Capture that haunting romance of history, the way castles and ruins whisper to you. And the warmth, artisans, local ale, finding your second home by night, it's an invitation, not description. It's saying this place welcomes you. And now for this week's topic, promoting books on social media. In today's literary landscape, publishing a book is only half the journey. The other half? Making sure it's seen, shared and celebrated. Whether you're launching a poetry collection rooted in place or a novel that speaks to universal truths, social media offers a powerful platform to connect with readers, build community and drive sales. But with algorithms shifting and attention span shrinking, how do you promote your book without feeling like you're shouting into the void? Let's walk through a practical, poetic approach to social media promotion, one that balances authenticity with strategy and creativity with consistency. Before you post your first link, ask yourself, what story does this book tell and why does it matter to your audience? Social media thrives on narrative. Instead of leading with, buy my book, lead with the heart of your work. Share the inspiration behind your writing, the places that shaped your verses, or the questions your book seeks to answer. For example, this poem was born on a foggy morning in Whitby where the sea whispered its stanza. Or, I wrote this chapter after walking the moors, alone thinking about silence, memory and belonging. These glimpses into your process build emotional connection. Readers don't just want a product, they want a reason to care. Visuals matter, make your book seen. A well-designed cover is your book's first ambassador. On social media, it's also your most powerful visual asset. Here's how to make it work. 1. Use high-resolution images of your book cover in flat lays, shelf shots, or lifestyle settings. 2. Create branded quote cards featuring lines from your book, paired with your cover and consistent fonts. 3. Show behind-the-scenes moments, proof copies arriving, layout sketches, or your writing desk. Use tools like Canva, Adobe Express, or even Instagram's native features can help you create polished visuals that reflect your book's tone and aesthetic. Write captions that invite, not just inform. Your caption is your invitation. It should spark curiosity, offer value, or evoke emotion. Try these formats, for example, mini stories. I wrote this poem after hearing a curlew cry across the dale. It reminded me of my grandmother's voice, sharp, sudden, unforgettable. Questions. Have you ever stood on a cliff and felt the wind rewrite your thoughts? And calls to action. If this verse speaks to you, the full collection is waiting. Moor to Shore in Poetry, now on Amazon. It's always a good idea to keep captions concise, under 260 characters for platforms like X, but don't be afraid to go deeper on Instagram or Facebook, where longer form is welcome. Build a posting rhythm, not just a schedule. Consistency builds trust, but that doesn't mean posting daily. It means showing up with intention. Consider a weekly rhythm like Monday, a quote from your book with a visual. Wednesday, a behind-the-scenes insight or writing tip. Friday, a reader review or testimonial. Sunday, a poetic reflection or regional photo with a verse. It's always a good idea to use scheduling tools like Buffer, Later, or Meta's Creator Studio. Use hashtags strategically. Hashtags help new readers discover your work, but they should be relevant, not random. Always use broad and niche tags. For example, poetry community, book launch, indie author, or niche ones, North Yorkshire poetry, Moor to Shore, regional verse. And then there's seasonal, for example, autumn reads, poetry for fall. Always keep a rotating list of 15 to 20 hashtags and tailor them to each post. Always avoid overstuffing. Only use 5 to 10 well-chosen tags. These are more effective than 30 generic ones. Track what works, then do more of it. Promotion isn't guesswork. Most platforms offer insights into what's resonating. First, look at engagement rates. Which posts get the most likes, comments, or shares? Then look at click-throughs. Are people following your Amazon link? Then look at follower growth. Are your posts attracting new readers? Use this data to refine your strategy. If quote cards perform better than shelf shots, lean into that. If reels get more reach than static posts, experiment with short video readings. Bonus ideas to spark discovery. Need a creative boost? Try these. Run a giveaway? Win a signed copy of Moor to Shore in Poetry? Just comment with your favourite Yorkshire plays. For example, create a countdown. 7 days until launch. Each day a new verse from the collection. And don't forget to share your readers' voices. For example, this review made my day. Each poem felt like walking the moors with a friend. These moments build momentum. And final thoughts, promote with purpose. Promoting your book on social media isn't about chasing trends. It's about sharing your voice with those who need to hear it. Always stay rooted in your story. Be generous with your insight, and remember, every post is a chance to invite someone into your world. Whether you're launching a regional poetry collection or a novel steeped in folklore, your words deserve to be seen. Social media is simply the bridge. Let's cross it with care and creativity. The power of community in poetry. Building a community around your poetry can be as rewarding as writing itself. Engage with other poets and readers. Attend local readings or workshops. Share your experiences and learn from others. This sense of belonging can enrich your writing and promote your work organically. The importance of authenticity. Authenticity is key in connecting with your audience. Share your genuine thoughts and feelings about your poetry. Let readers see the real you behind the words. This openness fosters trust and encourages readers to support your work. Finally, as you embark on this journey of promoting your book, remember that your voice matters. Each post, each interaction is a step towards sharing your art with the world. Your book deserves to shine, and with the right approach it will. Embrace the journey and let your words resonate far and wide. And that, folks, is the end of my first episode. Remember to email me your favourite poems so I can read them on my show. That email address is aldencarrow78@gmail.com. That's aldencarrow78@gmail.com. And until next Wednesday, have a wonderful week.